Vikas Oberoi joins us, Chairman and Managing Director of Oberoi Realty, and it's so good to have him back. It's, he's just been in this hibernation period, so it's good to have him back and get an understanding of the real estate sector. Mr. Oberoi, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Now, talk to us about the real estate sector in general, and what is your outlook for the real estate sector going forward?
Real estate industry is at a very, it's at a Y fork, and I would say that you have to tread with caution. There are opportunities and there are pitfalls. I would simply say that this is a time to show controlled aggression.
Would you agree that we are in the middle of a prolonged sum as far as the real estate market is concerned, and what are the silver linings you see in the horizon as far as the real estate space is concerned?
No, I don't feel that we are in any recession or a prolonged slowdown or anything of that sort. One has to simply understand that with RERA in place, you're going to see the supply itself reduce, because if the regulation is going to slow down the process, not because they actually want to, but if they bring in stringent checks and balances, this will obviously reduce the supply. And if there is a reduction in supply, sooner than later, it will the demand will outpace the supply, which itself will make sure that prices don't go up. That's one, and so you won't see any recession. And you won't see any recession. And obviously the markets are going to bounce back. The other very important factor is that the replacement cost of the existing product is going to be far more, or rather is already far more than what we are selling it at today. So with new regulations in place, with new filters in place, cost is only going to go up, and somebody has to pay for that.
Yeah, indeed. Because the ongoing phase of disinflation in real estate prices is likely to provide the company valuable opportunities as well, especially we're guessing for the large land parcels. Are you actively looking at acquiring land parcels for future growth?
We are always looking at buying land. So, this is one thing we do 24/7, 365 days. We wait for the right opportunity, more than the right opportunity, right piece of land, because we feel that we don't want to get into a land parcel which is litigated, or land parcel which probably is in a back and beyond of a location. We want to take prime property. We are willing to pay the right price. We don't look at a market where we are looking at a complete slump. We want to pay a fair price, a price that can sustain our profits, and that's about it.
Right. Also, the current tightness that one is seeing in monetary conditions has made the real estate space a bit tricky to navigate. A lot of players are facing a liquidity squeeze in terms of raising funds. How does that influence the level playing field for smaller players, and does it force them to get out of the game?
So we are not really looking at any existing player to be acquired, because I feel that all these guys who are in a hole actually are in a hole because of multiple issues, and those issues are either personal or land related. So we don't want to buy any legacy problems, when there is enough and more opportunity available outside. Number one. Number two, we also don't like buying brownfield projects, because people come to Oberoi Realty for the design, the quality that we bring in, the efficiency that we bring in. If we acquire somebody else's brownfield project and try to market it as ours, then that doesn't go down well with the customer. So we want to be purist in us on this at least.
Right. You've also looked at the JD/JV model to secure more projects. How is this foray working for you, and do you think that it can continue?
Well, I'm not a big fan of JD/JV, because there are a lot of obligations that the landowner who brings in his land has to fulfill, and then you are really at a mercy of third party going ahead and doing that. Whereas because of our brand name, we are in the forefront. We take the brunt of the customer or its delay or anything of that sort. So we per se do not want to get into any JD model.
Historically, you had a very good mix of residential and commercial projects. What does the mix currently stand at? Where do you intend the mix to go to in the near future?
Well, we've done really well. We just finished leasing the entire Oberoi Commerce 2 last quarter, and today we don't have a single office unit that we need to lease. So, I mean, and we are now going to build the third phase of Commerce 2, which is probably 1.8 million square feet, and that's it. So we're also doing 2 new shopping malls, one in Borivali, one in Worli. And commercial space is something that we really enjoy also.
Thanks very much for joining us and giving us those details. This is really the kind of story that people want to get a better understanding of, Vikas. So appreciate your time and be great to have you more often on the channel. Keep it with the ED now.